This is our weekly workshop where we try to help the industry partners on board to Tatmeen and use the platform correctly. Um, Before we start, just wanted to share with you some logistics updates. We have everyone is muted on this call, so if you have any question, please raise your hand and we will give you the access to unmute yourself and post your question. This call is also recorded, so after this call, we will share with you the link to the recording that you can access anytime you need. We can get started. Also, another update, just for users who are planning to use the Tatmeen platform on Saturday, we have sent notification to the Xbox of your GLNs that on Saturday we have 1 hour downtime because we are updating the SSL certificate. If you are not receiving those updates, please ask the SPOC of your GLN to share those emails with you whenever they receive them. Okay, we can start the questions. Abu Bakr, good morning. Can you please unmute yourself? Abu Bakr, can you please unmute yourself? Okay. Anish, can you please unmute yourself?
Good morning, Nibal.
Good morning.
Nibal, we were working as a three-peer logistic
Okay.
for Rafid previously. So right now, Rafid is working on their own GLN. So very recently, we received an email. There is some shipments already shipped to this GLN was still not received by Rafid.
Okay.
So right now we are not in that GLN. We moved to separate building and we are operating a separate GLN. So still this shipment is not pending in transit location to our GLN. How we can remove these transit items from our GLN?
Okay. So they were sent to your GLN, but you never received it in the past.
Yes.
Okay. There are two ways. Either you can ask the whoever sent you the shipping event to cancel the shipping, to void the shipping. That is one option. The other option is since you already receive you already have your account and you can access it, you can receive it and then you can do return receiving. You can return shipping. Return shipping, you can send it to any other location you want. So where are the products now in Rafid warehouse, right?
Rafid warehouse, yes.
Okay. So you can do return shipping, and when you select return shipping, you can select the destination, not the original shipper location. You can specify that this you want to return it to Rafid warehouse. Then it will go out of your facility to Rafid warehouse. But still, it will continue to be your responsibility until Rafid receives it.
Yes, this is what I even yesterday I talked to Rafid regarding the same. They don't want to ship it to their GLN because they are still under process. Their Tatmeen is not yet still they are working on it. So now they cannot receive it in their GLN.
Okay. Products that are not received or are in transit would continue to be a challenge for supply chain industry, whether for you or for Rafid, because first of all, you cannot do the customs clearance. Customs cannot do customs clearance for products that are in transit. The dispensers will not be able to dispense those products if they are still in transit as well. So it is a challenge that you need to escalate it with Rafid and discuss a proper solution for it.
Yeah, as per my concern, yesterday I had a discussion with Rafid management. So as per them, these are from the suppliers from Gulf Drug, MPC, City, all these suppliers. So still they are insisting, Rafid is saying they cannot receive in their GLN until they are completely done with the Tatmeen process because still they are not yet enabled the Tatmeen receiving. And
Then the shippers need to cancel the shipping, void the shipping.
means the suppliers, those who are
Yes,
sending to us, because we
yes.
cannot do it anything from our side, right? We cannot
Right.
reject this shipment, right?
If you cannot send it to Rafid and Rafid are not willing to receive it, then you either have a discussion with Rafid about it or cancel the shipping. But even canceling the shipping would mean that the products, I don't know. If you
Until
want to
otherwise
do
I am
that,
receiving in my Tatmeen, I cannot do anything from my end, right?
okay, to be transparent here with you, whatever action you take is wrong because originally you did not receive the products on time. So any action that you are currently doing for those transit items will not be correct. The correct thing is that you should have received it when it was sent to you.
Yeah, it was Rafid management was handling this Tatmeen at that time, but they didn't receive at that time.
Yeah, so anything that I would tell you now is something that you need to decide on in order to make your stock count clear, your receiving clear. For that, yeah, I really don't know what to suggest to you, but probably the best option is to cancel the shipping from the origin if Profit are not willing to receive it.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Nipal. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Abu Bakr, are you still with us? Can you please unmute yourself? Okay. All right. I don't think we have any more questions, but anyways, we will keep the call open until 11:30. Sumesh, can you please unmute yourself? Sumesh, can you please unmute yourself? Okay. Pure Plus Medical, can you please unmute yourself? Pure Plus Medical Center, can you please unmute yourself?
Hello.
Hello, Sumesh.
Hi. Hi, sir. I am I am from Al Makam Medical Supplies.
Okay.
We are a medical supplies company. We already registered in GL1.
GS1, yes.
Yes, yeah, GS1 already registered. And this then we got on mail from Sarah that we have to register in Tatmeen also. But that one is different, or this GLN is okay?
GS1 is something and Tatmeen is something else. But in order to get access to Tatmeen, you need to have a GS1 account. GS1 will give you the global location number, and using the global location number, you can start your registration process to Tatmeen. So if you have not yet started the process of registering to Tatmeen, please send us an email. Okay, the process goes once you get a GLN, automatically Tatmeen will send you an email with the registration link, and that is unique for your GLN only. But if you have missed that email at the time of registering the GS1, send us please an email to onboarding@tatmeen.ae, and we will re-trigger another email, another registration email to you to register to Tatmeen.
Both are interlinked, or both that is separate?
What do you mean? Both are what? Sorry?
Interlinked means GLN one Tatmeen.
You will not see that. We will see that in the back end. But once you register with GS1, we will receive all your information from GS1 and we will send you a registration link. Once you log in to Tatmeen, you will see your location details that you already entered in GS1.
Location details in GS1.
They are interlinked, yes.
And one more question, that medical supplies, before that you told that not started now. But for that, Tatmeen started for the medical supplies, or any?
Not yet. Not yet. But you need to register to Tatmeen in order to be compliant. You need to register to Tatmeen.
We have to
Later on,
Tatmeen.
Yes, just register for now. Later on, once the medical supplies are on Tatmeen, you will receive the official information from the ministry.
Okay. Any payment for that, or this is GLN payment is okay, or for that one?
The Tatmeen payment or Tatmeen fees will be collected from the importers, the licensed agent, once they apply for a shipping permit on MOHAP import system. not from the industry, not from the dispensers or medical stores or wholesalers or pharmacies. It's only once you import products into the country. And that I'm talking only Tatmeen, not GS1. GS1
Yeah.
is you already paid to get a
Yeah.
JLM. That's separate. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Cure Plus Medical Clinic. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, doctor?
Yes. Hello.
I received an Excel sheet that's having the transit from two suppliers. One is Gulf Drug and the other is from Arabian Ethical. We try to receive one of them. It's under the GLN and the series number, so we can enter it, okay? And it's in the receiving report. But while we want to dispense this item, it cannot be dispensed.
It cannot be dispensed because the product originally, when it entered the country, didn't receive the customs clearance update. Those products must have entered before the initiation of the customs clearance process by MOHAB. We are working on these. If you want to expedite the process of dispensing, please send us an email with those specific G10s that you want to get dispensed, and we will expedite those for you.
Okay, Victor, we will send it to which email?
To onboarding@tatmeen.ae.
Onboarding?
@tatmeen.ae.
Okay. And other things also, we have another from Ethical, Arabian Ethical. They send it by SSCC.
Okay.
When we try to enter it by SSCC, they say that we need to make product verification. We try to make a product verification. They said there is error. You cannot make. There is no data for this one.
Did you receive already this SSCC or not?
Yeah, we received it already in our pharmacy. We received it.
Most probably, when you received it, you did unpack all. If you use the unpack all, means that this SSCC will get dispensed. It will get decommissioned. Sorry. So it will no longer exist on Tatmeen if you use the function unpack all. That's why you cannot do any more activity on this SSCC.
So for that one, we already received it and dispensed it to the patient, but we can't make it receiving by SSC on Tatmeen. So what we will do in this case?
Did you receive it? That's why I'm asking you. Did you receive it and unpack it, or you have not received it at all?
No. We tried to receive it in Tatmeen. We did not receive it in Tatmeen.
Okay, send us please also the same SSCC in the email, and we will check the status of it.
Okay, because we have for 3 items that they send it for us by SSCC, but we can't receive it in our in Tatmeen. And they said there is error in the items. I tried to enter it one by one. Also, it said there is an error.
You cannot receive it one by one. If you received it in the Excel file as in transit, then you can receive only that item in the Excel file. You cannot receive an item that is already packed into the SSCC in the file. Okay, if you want to receive, you need to receive the highest level of aggregation, which is the SSCC.
Okay, but in the Excel sheet, Doctor, they send it by SSC. So why we can't receive it one by one? I tried.
You should receive the SSCC only.
Okay. Okay. When خلاص, Doctor, I will send it to you by email for this 2 issue.
Okay, assume that I sent you a carton that contains 50 items. You need first to receive the carton, not the items. And Tatmeen will know that all the items inside that carton were received by you. But if you take out any of those items from the carton and you try to receive that item in specific, it will not work. The error message that you will receive, the item that you are trying to receive, is not top level pack or something like this, correct?
It's like that, yes, not top level pack.
Exactly, because you need to receive the carton itself, not the items individually.
Okay, but Doctor, already this one, because yesterday it was activated in our pharmacy, and this transit, they sent it for us yesterday. So it's already dispensed, this item, it's already dispensed. So now I'm trying to receive it by Tatmeen, but I cannot receive it by SCCC.
Okay, that is something that we need to check why you cannot receive it. So that's why I'm telling you, send us this SSCC and ask, and we will check why you were not able to receive it.
Okay, so I will send it on onboarding@tatmeen.ae.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the one. John, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Nibal. How are you?
Morning. All good, all good. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm fine, Nibal. Actually, I just want to ask, we received a recent email from info at Tatmeen regarding some pending transfers shifted to our GLN.
Correct.
So
You
we
sent
have
us
been
an email. You sent us an email, John. Did we reply to you today?
for the those were another issues, but we haven't received any reply yet. But then we coordinated directly to the supplier who has been sending shipments to us.
Yes.
But there was no communication from their side that they're transferring it on the Tatmeen. So there are a lot of items pending or shifted to us from one supplier, but
Yes.
then we were not informed at all that they are
Okay,
pending.
John,
Yeah.
that's the exact reason why we started this email, because we got to know, we heard the pain that most of the industry are facing when somebody is sending items to them without telling them. That's why we started this transit email to inform you that someone else sent you these items and you need to receive them on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. But how come what if we dispense the item already? How what are the chances that we can still receive it on the system? And who will be responsible for this one?
Okay, now again, what I am telling you, John, is what I informed your colleague, your industry colleague earlier. What you are doing now is not what it should be, because you should have done it correctly from the first place. Now, anything that you want to do now would be a corrective measure of the error or the shortcoming
Okay.
that was done earlier. Whatever you do it, I cannot tell you how you want to do it. What I'm telling you now is that this item is pending on your system as in transit. How you want to correct it, it's up to you.
Okay, yeah, because remember I raised it before. For example, one supplier mistakenly shipped one item to a different GLN, but the physical item was shifted to a different branch. And then it's a controlled medication. We cannot just simply return it physically. So the supplier is telling it's fine, but then like now it's still on transit on a different GLN. So there is
Okay.
already an error that it cannot be corrected because it's a controlled medication, which cannot be shifted back to them. So in
Okay.
this case, we were advised before that the pharmacy is not the one responsible for this, because if we did not receive it in Tatmeen, then it's not our responsibility. It's the responsibility of the supplier. But in this case, there are a lot of pending items shifted to our GLN number.
Okay. Now, let's take it one by one. The first one you said,
Yeah.
it's a controlled medication. On Tatmeen,
Yes.
controlled and uncontrolled are the same. They are a package. There is no difference on Tatmeen for both. Now, if somebody is doing a mistake and sending an item by mistake to a location, there are corrective measures that you can take to correct that mistake. That's something else. This is not what we are talking about here. What we are talking about here are the items that you should have received long time ago, but you did not receive. For the error sending an item by mistake to a location that it shouldn't be sent to, either the shipper can cancel the shipping message by doing void shipping, or the receiver can receive it and then do return shipping to the original shipping.
Yeah, actually, this is what I proposed, like to the supplier. But since it's a controlled medication, so it's a
Yeah.
different story because we have logged it on the book already, and that
Yeah.
like they have did the wrong shipment from a different GLN. So I
Okay.
was asking like to ship at least it back to the correct one. But like when we raised it before, we were advised like it's the responsibility of the supplier, and
Okay.
then like we have to already dispense the CD medication.
Okay. See, I would, if it goes to controlled medication and legal complications associated with it, I'm not the right person to answer you. We are talking here only about the technology and about Tatmeen. We are only the technology operator. If you want to take approval to take such actions, please approach the ministry directly. Tell them that we need to take these actions on Tatmeen, even though the medication is not in our location. If the ministry would tell you yes, then okay. But from my side, I can tell you only how to correct the system issues, not
Right, right.
the
But
legal issues.
But is there any way like it was planned that because since we are in the last part of the chain, right? We are only the one dispensation. So from the manufacturer, we're the last point of in the chain wherein we will dispense it to the patient. But the thing is, like, we don't know whichever supplier sent us like any pending transactions. At the end of the day, they will ask and check why this pharmacy is not receiving these items because we don't know. We didn't know. There is no email, no notification. At least you have sent an full list from your side. So that's the only time that we were notified that we have been. There are a lot of pending transfers in our facilities. Well, in fact, like we should have been informed already at the start of the transfer, right?
Yes, and I think this email objective was to help you do that. Now you can go back to them and tell them, why didn't you inform us when you sent us those items on Tatmeen?
Right. Yeah, I have already forwarded to the responsible supplier. So yeah, we'll see. And then one more thing, like about the dispensation. So how is the progress now?
For dispensation, we are working on it. However, we are talking about almost 1 year of data that accumulated on Tatmeen without having the customs clearance and market release. So it will take us 3 weeks maybe to clear all the
Okay, no
pending data.
problem. Anyway, as you've informed us before, you will keep us posted was as soon as the dispensation is back on the system, right?
Yeah, we're progressing, but it will take time.
Okay, okay.
3 to 4 weeks maybe.
No problem. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Nepal. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Okay.
Tawseek, Tawseek, can you please unmute yourself? Tawseek, please unmute yourself from HSA. Kishore, can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, hi.
Yes,
Good morning,
hi.
Nibal.
Good morning.
Yeah, yes, Nibal. I have two queries here. So there is one item, some of the items we are receiving with different GTIN. So I have an example of like, take an example of one second. My card is 40 mg. Initially, it was like 2-3 months back, it was delivered in different GTIN. Now we are receiving with a different GTIN. Is it possible that the same item can have two different GTINs?
No, each GTIN is a separate product. You
Correct.
cannot
So
have the same product having two different GTINs.
it is both exactly same. If I can share you that in the chart.
But sorry, the same product is having two different GTINs?
Yes, correct.
The
So
same
earlier it
brand
was
name?
same brand name. My card is 40 mg.
Maybe the pack size is different or the strength is
No, 40
different.
mg, 28 tablets. The same, exactly the same. Maybe if you allow me to send a chart, I am not.
You cannot share. Can you please send an email to the manufacturer or to the license agent and asking them for clarification? Why did they recently change the GTIN? Oh, yeah, I think, or if you want, just send it to brand sync because any change in GTIN would be passing through brand sync. Please send to brand sync and post the question to them. They will know.
Fine. So we'll check with them on that one. But if that is the case, then we not sure that one. But actually, as per the Tatmeen process, it should not be happened, correct?
Yes. So if there was a change in the GTIN and the MH decided to create a new GTIN,
Okay.
for any reason, maybe the marketing authorization holder sold the ownership of a certain product to a new company, and the new company decided that they want and that new company would add their own GCP. This is where the GTIN would change. But again, pass it through BrandSync and check with them why is the case. They can tell you.
Okay, fine. And one more query here is that the in transit. So you have shared that in transit details that is helpful going forward. But the problem is what about the previous one? So some of the suppliers we didn't, as that previous colleague also mentioned the same thing. We didn't get the clear information from the suppliers, and there was huge in transit pending from the different locations for us. And when we are sending it to the suppliers also, and suppliers also saying that because it's a long list, and they're also finding it very difficult to trace that what is the invoice number for that one, the previous invoice that is shared. So is there
Okay.
any way that we can find it out, or you can at least maybe you can add the date of transaction in that detail also? That would also be required going forward. But the
Date
previous
of
things,
shipping.
yeah,
Date of shipping.
yeah,
Okay. I'll pass your message to my technical team. Not sure if that is easily doable or not, but I received your feedback and I will pass it over.
okay. So that will be helpful going forward. But we need maybe how do we proceed about the previous pending list?
Yeah, again, Tatmeen legislation was released in June 2021. Tatmeen went live in December
Yeah, understood it.
2022.
Yeah,
And what you are facing now is, I think, but please don't make it don't take it negatively. But that's the consequence of being 10 or 11 months late in taking the legislation seriously. So I really don't know how
no,
you will handle it.
yeah, I
But
understood that one, but it's not our mistake,
I
Nipal. Yeah. So
I
if we are not getting the enough information from that my previous supply chain, how do we act on that one? So we can't take that
yeah,
we can't take issue on our side, right?
I don't know what to tell you, but
Yeah.
from Tatmeen point of view, these items are in transit going to you. How
Hmm.
you will solve it, I really don't know. You need to coordinate with the shipper who sent you those items on Tatmeen.
Okay.
Hmm? Okay, and the date, I will pass your feedback to my technical team. If possible, then we will work on it, if possible.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you, Kishore. Have a good day. Viva Pharmacy, can you please unmute yourself? Viva Pharmacy, can you please unmute yourself? Tawseek, can you please unmute yourself?
Hi, Nepal. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, Nepal, basically, I'm representing a software vendor in Abu Dhabi. So I have a few concerns. I'll start. Okay, so in the product verification API method, in case of B2B integration, it only returns status of SSC without hierarchy. But in the staging portal, product description, G10 serial number can be seen. So we are not able to identify any other method in the documents to fetch the hierarchy using.
Okay. Yeah, that's something that by chance we were discussing today, and we are considering. Don't hold me accountable for this. We are considering opening a separate API for hierarchy. So you can send the SSCC, and Tatmeen would respond with the hierarchy of this SSCC. So we are considering it, and if it's feasible, then we will work on it.
Actually, it starts.
We're losing your voice, Tawsif. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now?
Yes, now it's better.
Okay. Actually, in the start of this year, we had a communication with Mr. Khusro and from your team, and he told us that it's in process and it will be rolled out soon. So this is in reference to purchase for B2B. This is a blocker for us. So can we expect a timeline for it?
I can't answer on behalf of my colleague Khosrow. I will check and we will get back to you. But to the best of my knowledge, that wasn't on the table for discussion earlier. I will check. Maybe there was a misunderstanding.
Okay.
Okay.
Of bill
Okay.
return and
Tawsik, we can't hear you. Your voice is breaking again.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, now it's better. Yes.
So what I'm saying is that the operation of bill return and bill delete. In that case, for dispensing pharmacy, the stock that has
See, we can't hear you again. Your voice is breaking again.
Anyway.
The connection is not good.
Now it's even worse, Tosi.
Try and move to another spot, Tawsif. Maybe it will improve.
Tosi, I will move to the next caller. Please try to fix your internet connection, and I will give you the chance after this caller to pose your question. Viva Pharmacy, can you please unmute yourself? Hello?
Hi, good morning, Mr.
Yes,
Iman. How are
good
you?
morning. Good morning.
Yes, our question was previously one of our colleague asked already regarding the transactions. All the suppliers, majority suppliers are shipped in our GLNs and then the transit. Primarily, we can't understand the detail about that transactions. The date is not there, and the invoice numbers are not there as such. Is not important for you, but then it's important for us to track it. And will it be any, there is any scope or chance for us to dismiss all those invoices before we start? Yani, let's say we start receiving today, previous all the transit detail, the transactions, can we dismiss them? Because we can't really go back and check and receive and dispense. We are a drugstore. We have to either transfer to pharmacies or they have to receive, which the clarity is not there and the tracking is difficult. And we cannot
Okay.
do non-commissioning at this point.
Yeah, let me take it one by one. The first part is the date. I told your colleague earlier that I will check with our technical team if it's possible or not. The second one is the invoice number. Just to let you know, we on Tatmeen have no record for any invoice number. It's not something or a document that we know about on Tatmeen. However, on the shipping process, when someone is shipping any item from one location A to location B, there is a field on Tatmeen called reference document or document reference number. You need to ask your supplier to enter any reference that is common between you and them, order number, invoice number, anything you want for them to mention for the future. Now, the previous ones are already gone. I'm talking about the future only. For the future, so that you can track it based on the reference number. Now, what happened in the past and the items that were sent to you in transit that you never received, I don't think you can leave it in transit. In transit means those items cannot have customs clearance update, they cannot have dispensation update. No, you need to take an action on them, and that action should be in coordination with the company that sent you those items. I don't know what you need to do. You need to figure it out yourself. What is on the system now is an item being sent from location A to location B. Location B never received it, and that is wrong. How you solve it? You need to find out a way.
No, having said this, they have to be in line with us or the old entire Tatmeen process onboarding. Like if they have to start from today means there is a deadline or timeline. All need to be aware of it. The previous they shouldn't have done it without a notification, and we are left nowhere. Anybody in our situation and position having the same issue, so it's a general issue, no, not only unique to us. We have to provide a solution for this, Mr. Nibal, because moving forward we have to clear all the backlogs and then move forward fresh. So we'll be in track with it. So it is initial itself. It's creating a bottleneck for us. Hope you understand. Hello.
Yes, we hear you. Just give me a second.
Sure. Unpacking part we can clear. Are you clear?
Yeah, packing it is okay. It's already exalted.
Sorry, your good name? I missed it.
Lata.
Leta, we will discuss that with the ministry. But just to put things in perspective, this email that you are receiving now is a guidance. The objective of it is to guide you.
Fine.
This will be helpful for you if someone is sending items to you without your knowledge, correct? However, if you do not, or you believe that this was sent to you on Tatmeen by mistake, then you either need to reach out to the shipper who sent you this item and tell them this item shouldn't have been sent to me on Tatmeen. Yeah, I would say that the legal discussion is something separate. Consider this email that we are sending to you as a guideline to you. If the item was actually sent to you, then you need to receive it, even if it happened in the past. You need to do it so that the items can receive a dispensation update.
Okay. And is it that every shipping will come with SSCC code?
Ideally, yes. As per Tatmeen and the serialization guideline of MOHAP, yes. It has to be serialized and it has to be aggregated in an SSCC. Yes.
And can we have a real-time calling number from Tatmeen side so that we can sort the issues then and there, reaching to the email, I mean sending the mail and waiting for the email. In operational it is very difficult for us to do that.
Have you ever sent an email that took long time to respond?
No, I mean to say not that. I mean to say like when we are in fully operating, we'll have a lot of issues like this. We're already having it, and we have to wait until the response comes back, and we can't do the dispensing, in real time. It's a challenge. In operational, it is very challenge for everybody in the retail. So we would like to have a calling number so that then and there we can solve the issues.
Unfortunately, we cannot have that because the number of cases that we are having is quite huge. We have the agreement will be with the ministry, and we'll go into discussions with the ministry around that. But trust me, it will be. We are responding to emails on time. If you need to dispense an item immediately and you need an answer now, you can dispense an item, take a photo of the item that you are dispensing, and send us an email. Later on, you can do any transaction on that item, even if it was already dispensed and given to the patient, and it's no longer in your facility, but you have a record of the barcode, the 2D matrix. Correct?
Yeah, so we understand. We will take your advice, but operationally it is like so many products in a day, so many customers in a day. Like it is not practical. That's what I was trying to mention to you. So fine, that's it. Fine.
Sorry to interrupt, Nibal. Actually, I have sent one email regarding our APIs. We are receiving some error, like we are receiving the SSCC. And we are getting the logs also from the APIs, but the same logs we cannot see on the portal. Even if the same GLN also, the same log is not showing. So what will be the reason?
The log, the message log, okay. First of all, you have the SPOC, the single point of contact of your facility. That SPOC will create a B2B user, a service user.
Yeah.
That service user, when you create it, there is an email called support user. That support user is associated with the B2B user. Any activity that the B2B user is making, only the support user can see that message log.
Okay. So the B2B portal user cannot see?
The portal cannot see the message log. Only the support email ID that is linked with the B2B user can see the messages created by that B2B user.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's like separate, like B2B and portal is separate. Even in the same GLN also, it's like separate, right?
Yes.
Log will not.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah,
Correct.
understood. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Awais, can you please unmute yourself? Awais? Okay.
Hi, Nibal. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, Nibal.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, I'm calling from the pharmacy group. Okay. I sent yesterday one email for the. We want to start. We have some questions we need to discuss with Tatmeen. So this is the only email address to reach out to Tatmeen, or there is any specific other email addresses to reach out to the team?
We will reply to you always within 24 hours. So today you will receive an answer.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. You're welcome. Tawfiq, you're back with us. Do you have a question?
Yes, Nibal.
Yeah.
Hi. Okay, so basically, in case of a dispenser, when an item has been dispensed, in some cases, some items are immediately returned by the client. Maybe he doesn't like the brand or anything like that while he is in the pharmacy. So, how is Tatmeen events, which Tatmeen events can be used in that case? For example, bill return or bill deletion.
Okay, Tawfiq, as per UAE law, the medicine cannot be returned. That is UAE law. Okay, so that's what Tatmeen was built on, based on the legislations. If you have any special case that you think the return should be allowed, then please raise it to the ministry.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
And thirdly, there is, in reference to the recent emails being floated, one of my attendees also raised this concern that some of the items mentioned in that list are not available in the Tatmeen portal. We are getting an error also. So whichever SSCCs we are getting or SG10s we are getting errors for, we should approach onboarding at Tatmeen for them. It might be the
Yes.
whole report.
Yes, but I'll tell you something. If the item is in the Excel file that you receive, then it is on Tatmeen. However, if you try to receive an item that is already inside that SSCC, then most probably you will receive that error message. But the SSCC, we cannot send you a message telling you these items are pending in transit to you, and then when you try to receive them, we tell you this item doesn't exist. That doesn't make sense. Correct?
No, but I have hands-on seen this, and for reference, I will be attaching the screenshots also for
Please.
your team to review.
Yeah, please.
Okay, and in regards to the staging process, there was the staging process in which we have to provide sample data for Tatmeen review. Can that process be bypassed? Can a facility directly connect to the production
It's
environment?
done for your own help. It's the staging. We are paying lots of money for this staging environment to make sure that you test and you take your time in testing and ensure everything is correct, rather than going direct to production and maybe do mistakes or figure out errors that others have faced. So we're doing this for your own benefit. Why don't you need it? Why don't you want to use it?
We do want to use it, but sometimes there are eager clients. In that reference, I just want some more clarity. That's why. So
It's
it
done
cannot
for
be
you.
bypassed.
If you want to bypass it and say, go directly to production, you can take the responsibility for it. We are fine. You hear me? We have done
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
or this is done for your own benefit, for you to test the system before going to production. If you are confident 100% that nothing will go wrong and you want to go direct to production, it's up to you.
But there is no restriction from Tatmeen, right?
Sorry, what my colleague is trying to say is we have seen manufacturers uploading incorrect expiry dates. We have seen manufacturers uploading wrong G10 number, wrong manufacturing dates or wrong batch numbers. Now, there will be problems in the supply chain if this information is inaccurate. That's why it is mandatory to test on the pre-production environment. It is mandatory. If for any reason this is not done properly and the supply chain participant faces issues with data, we might not be able to help them, because there will be cases where the data that has been wrongly uploaded to Tatmeen is wrong, and we cannot do anything to fix it. One example is a wrong expiry date which is uploaded to Tatmeen. It's affecting the shelf life. So testing is mandatory. It gives you assurance that the IT team on your side did their job. The business people are aligned with them and everything is working smoothly. After you do the test, you move to production.
Splendid, splendid. Thank you. Noted.
No
Thank you,
problem.
team.
Thank you.
Duster, can you unmute yourself? Moise, can you please unmute yourself?
Assalamualaikum, Mr. Nimal.
Yeah, hello.
Thank you for sending this goods in transit reports. Okay, but it will be more helpful if the frequency of these transit reports are increased. Because if suppose the meantime the suppliers are giving to us and it is sold and dispensed, and if supplier is not giving the clarity, because today we come to know, because with the help of the goods in transit we come to know there are many transactions which the vendor was not taking care in mentioning the SSC numbers, and we have already sent many emails who are mentioning the SSC number and not commissioning the items. There are already communication many going on, and apart from this now we have the goods in transit report, and if we are getting this after 1 week, mean the time the item can be sold, if can be increased by once in a 2 days
Yeah,
with date.
thanks, Moit, for the feedback. This is the second comment we receive about this transit. So the first one is adding the date, and the second one is the frequency. I will raise both points to my technical team, and hopefully we can accommodate, but we need to check how practical that would be.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Nimal.
Thank you, Moise. Thank you. Cluster, are you still with us? Cluster, are you still with us? Okay. I think that was the last caller. Perfect. So, yeah. Muhammad Iqbal, can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, good morning. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Good morning.
I have two questions. First one, previously you have mentioned that in transit, okay, it should be aggregated and it can be SSCC only. And what you sent to us, like one of our clients, in the in transit report, they received SGTN also. Like a lot of items, it's come under only SGTN without SSCC.
Yeah.
So that is no problem, right? It can be SGTN also without
No,
SSCC.
that is a problem. That is a problem. And I will tell you why. The serialization guideline says clearly that it has to be aggregated. That's a serialization guideline. However, the validation of Tatmeen at the moment is not activated. When will we be requested by MOHAB to activate it? I don't know. It can happen at any moment. But shipping an SG10 unaggregated in an SSCC is not the right thing. It's not the right approach as per the serialization guideline of MOHAB. Okay?
All right. So
if you're doing it now and Tatmeen is accepting it now, that's something else. That's the validation of the guideline. The guideline is clear. You need to have it aggregated.
Okay, which means if I want to transfer some of the goods to my another branch, I thought, okay, I can do it by the individual SGTN. I can just scan and I can make it as in transit like that. I mean, shipping event I can use and I can make it in transit. But what you are saying that if I transferring 10 different items, then it should be aggregated, right? Then under one SSCC.
The serialization guideline says clearly that it has to be aggregated. Yes. Okay. The validation on Tatmeen is not activated. Correct.
Oh, all right. So okay. My second question is, in transit, okay. I think my colleague already asked that question for the event date, because you have the data. If you give us, it will be very helpful for us to find the records. First point.
Thanks again for the feedback. We are considering this as well. I will pass the comment to my colleagues. Yes.
Yeah. As some of people they mentioned, it was like 2 months back. In September, I received one shipment from the supplier, but we're not aware about that. So from that in transit sheet, we come to know, okay, these are all the shipments it's reached in our pharmacy under our GLN. So my concern is, in that in transit, you mentioned only the SGTN. Even if it is a SSCC, there are no reference for the SGTNs. Correct? So for that, there are options. I know that, like I can receive it first, then I can simply make it as a lost, or then it will be decommissioned, right? In case if it is sold out in the pharmacies, I can make it as lost. because I don't know whether it is dispensed or it is in the shelf. We are not aware about the old transactions.
Yeah,
So
Mohammed,
if I know the
you're asking me whether you can put a wrong update. Of course, I will tell you no. If you're saying that you dispensed an item and you want to make it as lost, I will tell you that's not correct. I cannot tell
No,
you that
but
is correct.
we don't know. No, see how many records are there, and even if it is a SSCC, under SSCC, how many items are there? We have no idea because it's long back, 2 months, 3 months back. So it will be very better. Like if you mention, if it is possible, the 2D data matrices in that sheet, then it will be better.
It will be an extremely long an Excel file with millions of items for some products. One SSCC can contain 50 other SSCCs, and each one of those SSCCs will have 200, 300 SGTNs. It might reach millions in an Excel file. That's why we made it only to the highest level of aggregation. However, what you need to discuss with your suppliers is to start adding a reference number containing your order number or your invoice number whenever they're shipping an item to you. That's one thing. And yeah, other than that, maybe not send you any item on Tatmeen without informing you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Muhammad, I can help you with?
Yeah. Thank you, dear.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Duster, you raised your hand again. Do you have a question? I will allow your mic now. Can you please unmute yourself? Duster, can you unmute yourself? Okay. Perfect. If no more question, then thanks everyone for joining. We will share with you the recording after this call. Have a good day, everyone.